I just couldn't sleep. I have a long ways to go today. So I'm gonna get started. Got some breakfast skillet. I'm gonna start off with some hot cocoa. It wasn't too bad of a night. I slept okay. Not great, but okay. I don't know if you can see the stars on the camera or not. They're saying sunrise is at 7:12, so still got almost 2 hours before sunrise. By that time, I should be packed and ready to hit the trail. Like I said, this is my longest day, and I'm getting back to Wendigo today to a shower and just hanging out, you know. So I kind of want to be sure that I make the store before it closes. So I'm going to be rolling pretty good. Getting this early start will really help. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Like I said before, always use 2 packets. As much work as we're putting in, backpacking and everything, you deserve it. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna turn my light off and just enjoy this hot chocolate, and then we'll get to cooking breakfast. All right, got the 10 ounces of water heating up. Not boiling yet. Today, since I do want to hit the trail as soon as possible, I'm probably going to, once I pour the water in, I'll start unpacking the tent and getting things ready. There's an old mine that we're gonna see today. That'll be fun. And it's gonna be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a long walking day, but it should be pretty nice. I think the trail is gonna start getting better. Definitely once we hit the greenstone, it'll get better. And that'll be more than half of the trips. I think it's gonna be fun. Does it come up on camera? Big, long line of satellites. One right after the other. It's pretty wild. I hope you can see that. Earlier, I'm glad I shut the camera off because I was able to see a big shooting star without my light and camera on. That was pretty cool. All right, it's almost time to eat. Breakfast skillet. Potatoes and sausage and other good stuff. It's just what I need. I can just barely see that line of satellites still. In a perfect straight line, just cruising along. I'll see you when breakfast is over. Well, as you can see, I've got the campsite cleaned up good. Clotheslines all down. All my trash is picked up. All I have to do is filter my water and finish packing. The backpack is almost all full. I just wanted to show you the sun is starting to make colors in the sky. Let me turn off this. I won't need the headlight very much longer. It's just starting to get pretty. All right, I'm gonna finish up here. Lake Michigan water is definitely the best water. Or Lake Michigan. I live on Lake Michigan, so I keep saying Lake Superior water is definitely better than any other inland lakes to filter from. It just tastes better. All right. One down, one to go. Oops. All right. Well, time to say goodbye to my Siskiwit Bay campsite. We're gonna walk down to the dock, take a few pictures because the colors are starting to get nice. Still have the headlight on for right now, but I won't need it much longer. Sunrise is almost here. The only problem with leaving early like this is the condensation, all the dew. My legs and feet are gonna get wet, but that's okay. I'll see you at the dock. There was a party here last night. Hopefully they clean all this stuff up. Oh yeah. The colors are just beautiful. Siskiyou Bay. Time for some pictures here. It's always hard, you know, when you put in the time and you hike to a spot, and then you have to leave it, and you know, there's always some doubt. Well, can I make it back? Yeah, but you know, things come up, and there's so many other places to see too. So, are you ever really going to see this place again? You know, it's beautiful place, and you just kind of wonder. Is this the last time I'll see the sunrise over Siskiyou Bay? But I'm gonna try to have it not be my last. That's for sure. For right now, it's time to hit the trail. As I was leaving, I met a guy. He was coming down to the food container to get his breakfast out, cook it. He's heading back to Wendigo too. His name's Eric. Seems pretty cool. I guess he was in the site right next to me and thanked me for being quiet since I was up so early. He's up pretty early too. He's heading same place I am and pretty much same goals. That's pretty neat. Hopefully I'll see him there. We can exchange stories of the trail. Got a pretty long boardwalk right here through some swampy area. We've turned away from Siskiyou Bay now. We're gonna cross a river up here a little ways. So I have that Tyvek sheet down under where I laid my backpack in the vestibule of my tent. And that had a benefit last night other than keeping my pack clean. Oh, here's the bridge. Hold on, I gotta get pictures of this and then I'll... This is a pretty big river. would love to see a moose strolling out into this river right now. Oh, very cool. That Tyvek sheet is kind of crinkly and you can hear it, you know, even though I put it in the dryer quite a few times to kind of take most of the stiffness out. And a critter came by last night and was sniffing around my backpack, and I was able to hear it because of that Tyvek. Whoa, this is a kind of a rough one here. Here's where it's nice, definitely, to have trekking poles. Keep your balance. Yeah, chased the little critter off. And luckily it was a little critter and not a wolf trying to grab my stuff. Definitely don't need the headlight anymore. It's getting light really quick now. Legs and shoes are getting pretty well soaked with the dew on these plants, but that's why you don't wear cotton, because cotton doesn't dry. This synthetic fibers of the pants, I've got wool socks on from Darn Tough. They all dry out pretty quick and keep you comfortable even when they do get wet. Once the sun comes up and burns all this dew off, it won't be a problem. Be back to being dry and comfy again. I am hoping as I get away from the bay a little bit that they won't be so overgrown. Start climbing the ridge toward the greenstone. Get out of some of this low-lying stuff. It looks like we're getting another look at Siskiyou Bay up here. I didn't get the best night's sleep, but I don't know, I feel amazing today. Let's just pop out here and take a look. The fog has kind of enveloped everything. Can't see very far. That won't last long. There's the mouth of the river. All right, well, I hit the trail and I'll be back to you guys in a little bit. Well, I checked the GPS and it is showing that the trail is right along the beach like this, right along Siskiyou Bay, which is awesome. Once in a while a seagull flies over. And that's about it. The water is almost like glass. Fog is pretty thick. If it's like this tomorrow morning, my flight will be delayed. But whatever. This is nice, easy walking. Love to keep this pace up all day right here. Little stream coming into the bay. The sand. That's cool. Check the GPS real quick. Oh yeah, just keep going like I'm going, I guess. All right. That looks like it's the actual trail right there. But if I can stay on the beach and make time and not walk through the wet weeds, then that is what I'm gonna do. Wolf prints all over the beach. How cool is this? It's another part of Siskiyou Bay. We're actually getting the sunrise. Oh, it's awesome. Bright red. God, I'm so lucky to be here right now. Be able to see all this. Sure on, looks like the trail splits here sometimes. Yeah, this is the way. Okay. It's hard to tell at times. It starts getting so thick like this. Just beautiful. The trail is going along the bay again. As you can see, the sun is already driving the fog away. I gotta find out where the trail goes back into the woods. It's coming up pretty soon here. Usually at March. Making good progress today. It's funny, you'd think that the first day you're here, being fresh and everything, you'd make the best time and everything, but it's not true. Surprisingly, you after the third day, like this is my third day, you kind of get into a rhythm. You start making better time, even though you might be a little tired and a little sore. It doesn't matter. You just kind of start getting used to it, and you just roll. Well, I think this truly is now goodbye to Siskiwit Bay. We have an Island Mine trail marker right there, and according to GPS, it leads inland. So, just take it in one last time. All right, more cool stuff to see. Island Mine Trail. This is a pretty little spot. There's a little creek. Trail crosses here. Very cool. Be a great place to collect water if you needed it. Everything's going really good. I'm over 3 miles in, and it's it just turned 8 o'clock. So I figure I've got another 9 or 10 miles to go before I get to camp, but I got less than 2 miles to go probably, and so we get to the mine. I can show you something cool. I saw the Island Mine in the dry well on my first trip when we went from Rock Harbor to Wendigo on the Greenstone. We spent the night at Island Mine campsite. Island Mine campsite is a pretty boring campsite, to be honest, but the one thing it does have going for it is it's got fire ring in every site, every camp spot. So you can have a fire there, and of course that makes it a lot better. If you're gonna have a fire though on Isle Royale, they've had a few fires here in the past that have spread and been a problem. Keep your common sense about you. Have a small, nice little fire that you can enjoy, but one that's not gonna send ash and sparks up into the air. Keep it small, reasonable, and you'll be fine. I don't know if you could tell through that time lapse, but I'm gaining a lot of altitude. We're definitely climbing, which is good. It's drier up here. I don't know how far we've climbed so far, but we're steadily going up. We have quite a ways to climb before we get to the ridge that the greenstone is on. The trail is really nice here, though. Hopefully my pants and shoes and stuff will start drying out. All right, it looks like we've reached the dry well. Used to be a sign here talking about it. This is just an old well that the miners used, and it's long since dried up. Just a hole in the ground. It's pretty darn deep. Luckily they did build this fence around it. I imagine if they didn't, they'd probably lose a few hikers. That'd be a long fall. Okay, that means we're getting close to the mining site. So let's keep going. Well, we're at one mining site. I don't know if this is the one I went to before or not. I remember there being a good trail back to it. It's not this one. There's a big pile of tillings. Those moose dung. We have a huge pile of tillings that they dug up, going for copper ore. There's another big pile over there too. I don't know if this is the same one. I'm gonna head back to the trail. Somewhere there's some old mining equipment too, still here. Yeah, they didn't dig holes deep. They surface mined and just kind of like made pits. Trail here. Okay, I think this is the one I was thinking of. Big mountain of tillings. We need to go over the top of this to see the equipment that's still left behind. See, they got a big old line of tillings out there too. at that. Big old boiler. Trying to get a picture of this. Look at those gears, sprockets. That's neat. Some old stuff. Even a big cable back in there. Another wheel and a big roll of cable in there. From what I understand, like this right here is part of the mine. Just a hole like this dug in the surface. And then they'd take that ore, that trail that we just walked up, they would load the ore into carts and take it down to the water to put it on boats and haul it away. But I guess the effort really wasn't worth the results. They didn't really mine Isle Royale very long, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows better, but if I'm trying to remember what the ranger said last time I was here. But yeah, this is all stuff they dug up way back when that equipment we just saw was still running. Pretty cool stuff. That's Island Mine. The next thing we'll pass is Island Mine Campsite. And that's a little ways up, if I remember right. See you later. I just had quite an ascent up this. We're still at the top. We're just starting to descend now. It was pretty steep and long. And got the heart pumping good. Now we're just cruising down. Most important thing here is to not land your feet with a locked knee, because you will eventually get a sore knee, trust me. And don't trip. That's where the poles come in. I always keep my poles out in front of me when I'm going down, just in case. Pretty neat area though. Right, little switchback. This is down just about as steep as it went up. It's easier, you know, physically, I guess, going down, but I kind of prefer the climb just because it's easier on the knees. Mosquitoes don't care, they'll get you going up and down. Let's look at a little boardwalk coming up. I'm glad they built this. This is some swampy stuff. You want to be careful on these boards. Sometimes they'll tilt left or right. Don't rely or count on them to be rock solid. This one, so far, seems to be rock solid, but I'm just saying, a lot of them are not. All right, on we go. There's not a lot of water, but that pool right there, you could definitely filter out of, and it's running. Looks clear. Nice clear water running along. Heck yeah. I think when we get to the greenstone, that'll be a good time to relax, take a break. Here we are at Island Mine Campground. You got your food container, and then campsites up there. When I was here last time, we stayed in campsite number 4. All the way at the end is nice. But we're gonna continue straight, head to the greenstone. I don't think I need a long break when we get there. It's only almost 9 o'clock. Definitely not going to stop for lunch. Keweenaw Brewing makes a line of beers, and they really, it's hard to get anywhere in southern Michigan, anywhere else, but you can get them all over here, of course. And they have one called Royale. Did I already tell you about this? I don't know. So Royale is like a tribute to Isle Royale. And my first time here, when we hiked the entire length on the Greenstone, we got to the store, got a pizza, and we each grabbed a Cafe Royale, and that was the best thing ever. So I'm looking forward, when I get back, I'll grab a site and I'm gonna go in, get a shower, then I'm gonna get a Cafe Royale and maybe a pizza. A lot depends on what time I get there. I may have to, if I don't get there till late, I don't know what time they close today. It's Sunday, last day of August. So if I don't have a lot of time, I may just grab my towel and shower tokens and whatever else I need out of the store for the night, and then grab my beer and pizza right then and eat that outside and enjoy the view. Then after that, go and hit the shower and all that. We'll see. Like I said, it just depends on what time I get there and what time they close. I just want to try to get there before they close. I think I'm on a pretty good schedule. If they stay open till 5 o'clock, I'll definitely have no problem with that. I can't remember what time. So when we left from here. We were at Island Mine. So we had a lot shorter, and it's 9 o'clock now. I'm sure that we had already left. So we didn't have any trouble getting to the store, but the store was open a while after we got there too. So I think I'm gonna be fine. I'm not that worried about it if I get my shower and everything tomorrow, but I sure would like to get cleaned up today. We'll see. We're looking for the Greenstone now. Here at the Greenstone, like Desert Junction, that way. Island Mine, where we just came from, and then Wendigo, 6.5 miles that way. Pretty cool how they got the moose antlers. I don't think moose antlers are in short supply. I'm gonna grab a drink of water, and then we'll hit the trail again. Nice. We're just trucking along the Greenstone. Very, very nice stretch of trail. This last day is the longest, but like a lot of this is all downhill now to Wendigo. There's some uphills too, but generally it's trending downhill. I probably have, just under 6 miles to go, and it's all just easy walking. My pack's at the lightest weight that it's been all trip, and it's just enjoyable now. It's been enjoyable the whole time, but it's easy now. I want to give a shout out to Scott, if you're watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. It's not over yet, but I appreciate it. All right, well, I'm just gonna keep on making tracks. Still cruising along on the Greenstone. I passed one guy headed the other way. He had a pretty small pack on, so I'm assuming he's just day hiking. Maybe he's staying at Washington Creek and he's just going down maybe to check out Island 9 for the day or something. That's cool. I'm making real good progress. It's about 10 o'clock. Just guesstimating I should be getting to Washington Creek campground between noon and 1. Just depends if I stop and take a extended lunch or what. I probably am just gonna push right on through because I'm looking forward to getting there. You know, once you're there, then all the hard work's done. Kick back. I'm looking forward to hanging out on the dock maybe as the sun goes down. I don't have to get up super early. I have to be at the seaplane dock at 8:30, provided it's not delayed. So again, that's sleeping in pretty good. I was on the trail today at 6. I think it was 6. Right around there anyway. So anyway. This is easy walking. A real nice area. Even if you don't want to go backpacking and spend, you know, several days and nights out on the trail, you can still go day hiking. Like that, the guy I just saw, I don't know what his deal is, but he's just out for a day hike. You could come and stay at a cabin. Like on my last video, my wife and I stayed at a cabin in Rock Harbor. And she doesn't want to go backpacking like this, but she certainly liked to day hike. Went out to Scoville Point and Susie's Cave. And there's some other good day hikes around here too. I'm gonna check into the cabins at the ranger station once I get everything set up and get cleaned up. Go talk to them, and I kind of want to show you guys the, like I said before, the store and the ranger station. Ranger station's pretty neat. Got a good rhythm going. Feels like I could keep this up forever. I've still got a couple hours of it, so I guess that's good. A couple hours, not the minimum, probably. No problem. I think it's supposed to get fairly warm today, actually, up into the 70s. Probably by the time it does that, I'll be sitting somewhere having something to drink, relaxing. Okay, what do we got here? It's something simple like that. Normally you just hop right over it with a pack on your back, and being on your third day of putting miles on, just something simple like that. It isn't always the easiest. That wasn't bad though. All right, this log looks like a great place to sit for a second and get some water and a snack. I hate stopping when I'm making good progress, but it makes sense right now, considering how much further I have to go. And so yeah, we stop, get a snack, get back on the trail. Today's trail snack is chocolate coconut pro meal bar. It's good. And a chocolate outrage goo. And I'll probably finish off this first liter of water. Lake Superior water tastes great. That was good, refreshing. 10:35. We didn't really lose too much time there, but it was well worth it. That water and the electrolytes and that goo and all that kind of stuff are gonna help me power the rest of this way through. And that pro meal bar, I was starting to get a little hungry. I ate that peak breakfast scramble pretty early. I was on the trail by 6, so it's been at least 4.5 hours since I ate, and I've been working that whole 4.5 hours, so it was nice. Get a snack. The next stop will be Washington Creek Campground. There's a sense when you get into every campground, you know, you love backpacking. When you get to the campground, it's just like a sense of accomplishment and relief and relaxation, and just, you feel so good walking in. When it's the last campsite, like Washington Creek will be my last campsite for this trip, that feeling is even a little bit more so, you know, relief that yes, I did it, you know, I accomplished it, I did that whole thing. You're kind of exhilarated. And then also just a little bit sad. I've been planning this trip for a year, almost a year, and it's almost over already. Yeah, that's a bummer. The The good thing is there's more adventures to be had. And I'll be back to Isle Royale for sure. But I think next year might be time to do a section of the Appalachian Trail. I could see coming back here with the wife again because she really enjoys it. Just day hiking with her. That's a pretty relaxed trip. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do. No place is quite like Isle Royale though. All right, here's a marker for Wendigo. So we should be on the Washington Creek Trail now, and maybe half a mile-ish to go, something like that. We're in the home stretch and it's 20 to 12, so I actually expect to be looking for a campsite by noon, which is freaking phenomenal. Made some good time today. But we had that early start, that really helped. Been a nice day for walking. Haven't seen very many people. Alright, I'll see you when we get to picking out a campsite. Alright, looks like we're just about there. We have a bear canister, or animal proof canister. There's a marker that says group sites. So let's see where we're at here. We're here. We don't want any of these group sites. So we're gonna go down. I don't want 4 or 5 or 11 and 12. I'd like one of these that are down along the water. So we're gonna go up and then we'll take a right and start cruising down across there and see what we see. All right, let's go down here. This one's taken. This one's taken. Lucky 13. Oh, somebody's in there. This one's taken. So is the next one. There's no tag on this. Let's go take a look. All right. Looks like number 7 is us. You can come out here, see the water. Nice picnic table. Time to unload and get settled in and then head to the store. Look inside this shelter here. Oh, this is nice. I think I'm gonna just stay in here tonight. I probably won't set up the tent. If I set up the tent in here, I need stakes. And I can't stake anything into the floor, and this site doesn't really have any spot. So I'll probably just sprawl right out here. All right. I'm going to grab my stuff to go to the store, and then I might cruise by some other sites too and see what to see. All right, I got my quilt hanging up, kind of dry, my socks, and got the stuff I need for a shower, and I'm gonna head to the store. This shelter is really nice too. I've got all my stuff set up, but I'm gonna go switch to this shelter, I think. All right. I'll move back in to my new shelter. I just want to be able to sit here and have that view. So now we'll head up to the store. I'm inside one of the shower stalls. 3 tokens. Crazy expensive, but worth it. Time to get cleaned up. All right, done with that. I feel human again. They give you a towel. Well, it's $1.50, but they gave it to me because they didn't have other stuff I wanted. You just got to return it into that bin. But they do have clothes washing ability here if you need that. So let's go back up to the store and grab a beer and something to eat. So there's sandwiches and drinks and beer, and then they have supplies in here, some basic foods. They said this is the last week they're open, so a lot of things are starting to run out. Anything that they don't sell, this stays here and freezes, they said. So I got a pulled pork sandwich and a red jacket from Keweenaw Brewing. I'm gonna go enjoy that here in a second. Come back in for souvenirs here. This is the store at Wendigo. Well, I enjoyed that pulled pork and that beer very much. I think we're gonna head up to the ranger station next and kind of show you what's around in there. I picked up a few things from the store, a shirt, a hat, and a sign that'll go good in my man cave. It's expensive, but you know, you plan a trip like this for a year, it's nice to take some stuff home from it. The Voyager's in town. It constantly circumvents the whole, circles the whole island and drops people off at certain places. When I want to go do the Menong Trail, we'll have to hop on the Voyager here in Wendigo, have it take us up to McCargo Cove, and that's where it'll be the Menong Trail starts. Head to the ranger station and see what's going on. Big Fresnel lens. Picture of this too. 421 was a lone wolf that wore a radio collar from 88 to 91. As alone, living without companionship or pack support, his existence would likely have been difficult and perhaps lonely. Throughout the summer of 90, this old wolf slowly declined in health and eventually died of malnutrition as his body was weak and his teeth were worn and damaged. As an active lone wolf, he traveled the entire island, actually killing moose by himself. He died just outside a den he frequently used, which is located on Winnebago Nature Trail. Researchers found him a few days after his death in 91. Actually killing moose by himself.
This one right here.
Big fella. And a badass.
Yeah, so Wendigo is going to be, is in the process of being renamed Ozaga Tang. I've been working with Grand Forge Band like Stewardship Law. It's still in the process, but you know,
So we're heading back to the camp. Some swans down there. It's a little bit of a walk, but nothing too bad. Huggin Cove. Talking with a guy who stayed at Huggin Cove and said it was nice. That's really not too bad of a walk from here. Nothing I'm going to go to tonight or this trip, but maybe something for the future. Picked up a few souvenirs. At this point, I just want a nice relaxing night. Maybe see a moose in the water and get some good sleep. Alright, see you back at the shelter. We've got about 3 hours to sunset. I'm hearing that this Washington Creek waterway here is a pretty good hotspot for moose, so maybe we'll see something tonight. Either way, I've got the shelter all set up. Gear over there, my bedroll down. I used the footprint from my tent to put underneath my pad to protect it. I'm just kind of drying things out. My socks down there, and then this little camp towel. It's dirty now, but that's definitely worth the way. This is a 12 by 24, and it's just like a little microfiber camp towel. Yeah, it doesn't have any name brand really, but yeah, the tent was pretty wet, condensation on the inside, so I want to get it all aired out and everything, and I'll finish airing it out and everything at home, but right now get it aired out as much as possible. I'm giving it a little time since I had a pulled pork sandwich up at the store, but tonight is going to be beef pasta marinara, and then I'll finish off my brownie bites. We've got right about 3 hours now until sunset, so I'm gonna hold off on eating because I kind of want to stay up tonight. The previous 2 nights I went to bed fairly early so that I could get a good early start, and I'm glad that I did that this morning, especially because now I got a great shelter, a great campsite. I'm hearing that people that came in just like 2 or 3 hours after me, there was nothing available, so it definitely pays to get here. And leaving early was kind of fun. I'm a morning person. It's all good. So I'm just going to start getting things around here, and then when I'm ready, I can enjoy some beef pasta marinara. Alright, I'm starting to get hungry. It's a little after 6, so it's dinner time. I need 6 ounces of water. Jet engine again. Gonna be good. Just gotta wait till this boils. Let's roll and boil. And go. Oops, I fogged up the camera lens a little, didn't I? Alright, 10 minutes. 6:09. Yum. Alright, let's see how this stuff looks. Man, it smells great. Yeah. This is a smell. Won't make you sit there and watch me eat. It's really early, and there's other campers near, so I'm gonna try to make my chocolate and my breakfast being very quiet as I get around. think I'm gonna turn the light off. Just enjoy this. See if I can hear anything cool. Then we'll be on to making some peanut butter and banana oatmeal. All right, time for some hot chocolate. Okay, peanut butter and banana oatmeal. Comes with a packet of peanut butter. Gotta wait 5 minutes. Alright, let's see what we got here. Good stuff. I'm gonna gobble this up. Yeah, I've got a little bit of time. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up to the restroom. A little bit of a walk, but no problem. The size of this tool. Hi, buddy. See inside my fist? It's cool. It's ginormous. Awesome. So I've been seeing flashes of light. I don't know where that's coming from, but then I almost thought I heard thunder. So before we head back to camp, I'm gonna go down to the pavilion, try to catch some Wi-Fi, and just take a look at the radar. One nice thing is it's not foggy here, so if it's like this on the mainland, then my plane will be on time. All last night it was perfectly clear. I got up and you could just see the stars. It was beautiful. There's no light pollution here. All right, I'm going to check the radar. You see that? It is a little thunderstorm. It's up in Canada, Grand Marais area, and it does not seem to be getting closer to Isle Royale. So my plane should be here around 9 o'clock. I gotta be at the dock about 8:30. I think I'm gonna be okay. But I'm gonna head back and finish getting everything packed. And once I'm packed, I'll probably just come back up here to this pavilion since it's close to the seaplane dock. And just hang out where there's Wi-Fi. All right. The dock at Windigo before sunrise. Very, very peaceful. Campsite. Okay, I'm just about all packed up. That stuff over there, the water bottle, I'll keep and then empty out at the last second and put it in. The other stuff either gets thrown away or the rest of my fuel, which is at least half full, will go so somebody else can use it. We just have to make sure I got everything out of the shelter. Anything, nothing fell. All right, so one last thing to do when you use the shelter. That room, that's not there for decoration. shoes get muddy. So take the time, be courteous, make sure you leave the shelter clean. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for a good night's sleep. Let's finish packing. All right, farewell, shelter number 6. Thank you for a good night's sleep and a great view. Well, overall, I've only really gotten to capture just a very small portion of my trip. And I hope in that small amount of time that I've been able to convey how awesome Isle Royale is. And what a great time I had. You know, sometimes it's hard to come across on camera. Pictures don't do things justice, but if you really want a special vacation, you can come to Rock Harbor or Wendigo and you can tailor make what you want. If you want to stay in a cabin, the housekeeping cabins at Rock Harbor are nice, or the lodge. If you stay at the lodge, it's kind of like a little motel room. There's no TVs, but they do have Wi-Fi. And then at Rock Harbor, there's 2 different restaurants, gift shop, and all sorts of stuff there. You can rent a little motorboat and go out. You can take boat tours on the Sandy. There's all kinds of things. If you are into backpacking, wow, this place is tailor-made for you. I think I might try to plan a short trip here next year. Go to Huggin Cove. It's not that far. Probably get there. If I just did a little 3-dayer, kind of like this, wouldn't be hard to pull off at all. I want to do the Manong Trail, but that's going to be a pretty large undertaking. Probably take at least a week. So that'll have to come in the future, but if I want to come back next year, I'm kind of thinking Huggin Cove might be a neat destination. Well, we're getting close to the store. I'm gonna go and dump my trash and leave my fuel, and then sit down and relax. Probably go out on the dock and take a few more pictures. All that's left now, really, is to wait for the seaplane.
9 miles.
Well, just left the seaplane dock. I'm back on mainland. I didn't really film the flight back or anything. I just
kind of wanted to sit and enjoy it, and kind of reflect on the trip. Anyway, it was a good trip, and I just got to drive back home now. Maybe I'll film a little bit as I cross Mackinac Bridge again. See how it goes. I hope you've liked the video. I am gonna relax in this comfortable car seat and just drive. All right. All right, once again, about ready to cross Mackinac Bridge. Honestly, when I cross this bridge, that's, to me, the end of the vacation. Get back into the lower peninsula and another 4.5 hour drive and I'll be home. This is the end now. Until the next time, see ya.